Good afternoon, gang. Good morning, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world when you're watching this. Welcome back to this week's Bitcoin update. First and foremost, remember, nothing discussed today is financial advice. It's for educational purposes only, and it's my view of the markets. And now we've got that out of the way. It's been another fun week. In fact, this last couple of weeks have been really fun as a trader. As a hodler, it's probably been a bit scary. As a novice, probably very scary. But obviously, as a technical trader, this has actually been really nice price action. In fact, I had probably one of the best trading days I've had this year within this section on Friday. So if you follow me on Twitter, you will see there's a post talking through all of this. There's some really nice long trades and short trades within this period here. Friday was a really good volatile day. But ignoring obviously what we were talking about here, let's stick to the bigger picture and talk about obviously the last time we did a stream, a public video, I was showing this. Okay, so this was last Thursday. Obviously, we were talking about the short trade that I was holding from up here and where I was looking to bring it down to. And I was talking about this being a corrective A, B, C pattern, potentially. This is what we're looking at, which is the reason why we took the short in the first place, because we were looking at a bit of an expanded flat up here. Okay, so this is just a bit of a recap where we were. And I was looking down as a target for the next potential long at this 786 region down here. Okay, so now we're going to hide that out of the way and we're going to go through where we bounced from in the end. So, same fib from here to here, the two dominant pivots. See if we can get that to snap on. There we go. Up here. And wherever you come into, the 786. Now, that's not snapped on properly, so I'm going to put it there. There you go, the 786. Okay. Now, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you guys, which is what most influencers would do right now, and say, look at this. We give you the absolute bottom, and we knew that that was going to be the low for this bounce, because no, we didn't. Okay? We didn't. You guys have followed me long enough. You know I don't talk out of my ass. I don't talk about in facts. We had three major levels. Number one was this. Number two was this. Number three was this. As I was recording last Thursday's video, we were already down at this level. And I was saying at the time, I'm not actually interested in taking a long from this level. And if this ended up being the bottom for a bigger bounce, I would have got involved higher. Okay, go back and watch that video if you don't believe me. This is what I was talking about here. I would much rather see this 786 or this 1-to-1. These were the two levels I was more interested in seeing. And the reason why I was interested in seeing this 786 mainly is because I had really good confluence to clean up. Do this on a higher time frame so it snaps on. This inefficient wick. Okay, if you guys remember, cast your mind back, we had this really big inefficient wick. So on a daily, it looked like a Darth Maul candle, as it's commonly referred to. And all it means is you've got an inefficient wick at the top and an inefficient wick at the bottom, which the likelihood is those inefficiencies get cleaned up at one time. Okay, in this instance, we cleaned up the top one pretty much straight away. Then all that was left was to clear up the bottom one. What did we do? On Monday this week, we came down and we cleaned up the bottom one. So we took out the low. So now we can say that's done. And then we got a really nice bounce. Now, the beauty of this trade, in the end, is this happened on our new live stream series in the Discord. So if you guys are living under a rock and you don't know what I'm talking about, we've started a new series in the Discord for the free members. So this isn't for the private group. This is for the free community. Okay, we want to give back. We want to help teach you how to trade. Okay, so we've got a new thing called Spitfire Radio, which we're going to be hosting a couple of times a month. The events, the whole schedule is up in the free Discord. Okay, if you want to get access, link down in the description. And what we do is we now just chill out. So we had a 2-hour live stream that day. And effectively, you guys can come join us. You guys can ask Cake and I questions, both coaches. Ask us questions in real time. And if there's anything that's close for a decent setup, then we'll talk it through in real time. So if you guys want access to this, again, completely free. Links down in the Discord. This year, we want to give back to the community. We want to stop you from following the moon boys and the influencers that get you destroyed in this market and start getting you to follow some real traders in the market, okay? So you can learn from us. This is what I want you to do, okay? So the beauty of this stream is this all happened in real time. So we actually got to take this trade live on stream. And what we had here is we had the blue line, which is that inefficient wick back then. And we came down into this at what time did we tap it? 12:35, 12:40. Okay, this is what time we tapped it. And this is UTC time, by the way. Now, as we start bouncing out of here, okay, I'm saying to the guys, I'm updating the guys on the stream. Now, at this point, Cake was streaming, so I had to do this in the chat function. Where's my image? Come back. This one. I've now lost my image. Not this one. Hide. This one. There we go. Let's bring this in here. Zoom in a little bit more so we can see this. So, we're seeing this live in the time. And I'm saying, right, we've come down into the area that I wanted, which is this wick. But ideally, I want to see that 786 tagged, because if that 786 gets tagged, it gives me more confidence that this could be a really good low. Okay, on a higher time frame based on the Elliott Wave structure. Okay, Elliott Wave is a really big proponent of my trading. So what I'm looking for here is knowing that this time is at 12:40-ish. We are so close to New York Open. Now, this is where I could have been wrong, and this is what I will admit. If this bounced and then continued up from there, then I wouldn't have got my New York swing failure pattern, and I'd have just had to get involved higher up, and I'd have got a higher average entry. Absolutely fine with that, okay? I've got a plan. Number one, am I in my area of interest? Yes, that's great, cool. Have I got my setup criteria? Well, ideally, in this instance, I would like a swing failure pattern on New York Open. Okay, again, you can see the timestamp here. This is all called in advance. This is talked through. We're talking through this in real time. This is what we're trying to do for the public. Okay, but as we start coming down and we're hanging around here before New York Open, the odds increase massively of New York coming down to screw over London's early longs. Session, London session, back up, New York session. But what does New York do? You can see this. Again, you can see this. As soon as New York comes online, which is this candle here on the 5-minute chart, I'm going to zoom right in so you guys can see this on the screen. As soon as New York comes online here, there's no wick on this candle. New York just runs straight away for those London lows. Then it has another push down. This is where all your breakout shorts come in and everyone goes, oh, it's breaking down, and they start shorting this. And then we're just waiting patiently on that stream. Okay, I've already given the plan. This is what I want to see. If this doesn't happen, and this doesn't come up and then give me my entry model, then I will let it go lower, and I'll look for that 1-to-1 potentially. Okay, but what happened? Well, it came up, and we got a really nice, clean inversion on the 5-minute chart. There you go. There's your entry. This is what we took live on stream, talking this through. Both Cake and I took this, and then, since then, obviously, we got a really nice, healthy bounce to the upside. Ooh, I need to move that one. Rid of that. So once again, if you want access to this, this is free. Okay, this isn't a paid service. This isn't me trying to shill you our group or, you know, come learn with us or whatever. You got it for free. Okay, so come along. Come along. Join the free Discord. Learn. Okay, I want to share as much as I can this year with you guys. I want to help you guys. I want this to be your best year yet. So the offer's there. Come take it. Right. So since then, we've obviously had a really nice healthy bounce to the upside where we are right now. Now we're in a bit of an interesting area here because we've shown some strength. It's good. You know, really nice. You know, in terms of market structure, you can see here, if I look on this, on the daily, obviously there's the last low, there's the last high, there's the low, we've come up, we've broken daily structure to the upside. This is healthy. You know, if you're going through other time frames, this is looking quite healthy. However, we're not out of the woods yet. And we need to make this really clear, okay? I cannot be a one-directional trader. I'm always looking for what is a bullish outcome, what is a bearish outcome. This is what you need to do as a trader. You can't just fixate on one and hopefully that one trade is the one trade that's going to take you to new all-time highs. Could it be? Yes, it could. Yes, it could. Okay, there is a really good argument based on that Elliott Wave count that's saying, there you are, correction's done, and now we're going to a brand new all-time high. Yes. But is that the only option? No. We've got to have a bearish alternative, just in case. This is what balances the mind. Okay? If you've got a balanced mind and you're in a nice position where you can be potentially long and short at the same time from different areas, Bear in mind, I am still short from up here. Okay, now I'm in a beautiful position where I've taken profits on this so far, still quite a lot left open. I've taken profits on this, still quite a lot left open. Now I don't care if price goes this way or that way. It's the beauty of being in a hedged position. Okay, really helps. So, what do we need to do from here to remain bullish? Okay, now there's a few things. In terms of support, because of how aggressive this has come up, this has not really created many support structures on the way up. Now, there is one main one, and I'm going to draw that on right now, okay? So, if we get a volume profile from the start of the move at the bottom up to where we currently are right now, let's see where the volume is. Right, we can see here the point of control's here. Okay, there's no volume within here. These are single prints on TPO, and then there's not as much volume down below. Okay, this is your main cluster of volume. So if you are bullish, realistically, you don't want to be losing that point of control region. So you can see here, we've got a point of control, we've got a 382. Okay, we can also draw on, let's do an anchored VWAP for funnies as well. See where that brings us. Look at that, same region. Okay, so if you are bullish and price starts to come down, realistically, you don't want to be losing that area. If you can maintain that area, hold that area, again, doesn't have to come down, but again, if this, then that. But if it does come down, and then starts to find support around here, and then starts to push back up again, well, you've got a trade, haven't you? Okay, you've got a long trigger. And then that's going to look quite healthy. So then you've got an impulse, correction, and potentially you've got an impulse back up again. Okay, so this is healthy. This would be great. Now, if this fails to hold, and we lose this VWAP, and we lose this point of control, and we lose this 382, then realistically, the next part of support that we've got is down in this zone down here. And as I've said to the members already this morning, this isn't my favourite area of support. Could it offer a bounce if we did drop back down below that and come down into this zone? Yeah, it could. But what you need to see is if and when price comes into there, does it then give you a bullish setup? If it does, great, cool, you take the trade. If it doesn't, then quite frankly, you just sit back and wait patiently, and that's what I will be doing. Okay, so it's not my favourite area, isn't this? Realistically, if you are bullish, you want this zone to hold. And that's even if it does give you a pullback. It might not give you a pullback. Don't forget, we don't know what's going to happen. This could just continue up. Okay. If we start losing this 786, then realistically, I am going to be increasing my odds of taking out these lows and coming down lower. Okay. So we've got that first and foremost. This is locally. So outside of the local structure, let's zoom back out. Let's bring up my developing day and we'll put this on so you can see. Here we go. If we come higher, this pushes up, whether it comes down first or goes straight up. If it comes up, then first and foremost, we've got to contend with this little sticky zone here with these highs. Do we run those highs and then start to reverse? Well, great, cool. We've got a short trigger. Okay, if we do get up here, by the way, yes, I will skim some more profit on my long. But if we take those highs and then start to reverse, then yeah, cool. I'll look for a short trade. No problem. If we don't take those highs and reverse and we just carry on going straight up, realistically, your odds massively increase of this being strong and impulsive up to new all-time highs. Yes, there are a couple of SR levels within here. Nothing major and nothing stand out. So obviously, if you do come up to the high, what happens at the high? That's the big question mark. Does it pump straight through? Obviously, that's what everybody would like. Don't get me wrong. I'd like that too, because that means my long is printing. My short gets stopped out, but that means my long prints. Okay, so do we do this and then continue going up? Great, cool. I've already talked about higher targets. Go back and watch previous videos. I've already talked about what levels I'm looking for above. If that happens, great, cool. Let it run. If it takes the high and then gets back down below, then yeah, cool. I'll short it. No problem. Because for me, it makes no difference. There's a lot of people that go, oh, you'd short an all-time high. Yes, I would short an all-time high. Of course I would. But I need to be given the setup. I need to see what I want to see. In this instance, I'd like to see it get above, hover, breakout traders coming in. I'd like to see this on order flow. So a load of breakout traders trying to chase this up and then price come back down. And if that happens, then that means all these guys that tried trading the breakout are now offside. So all these breakout longs, if price comes down, what do these guys do? They have to sell. So therefore, if they're going to sell, which direction does that push price? This way. So this is why, if they get above and then drop back down below, then yes, I would sell. If they get above, I'm not interested in shorting here. Why would you short there? Because that could just be a confirmed breakout and it continues up. Okay. Now, what about lower targets? What if it starts to drop? Okay. What if it starts to drop and this 382 here and this golden pocket here doesn't hold? Well, simply, I go back to looking at what I was looking at last time. I do this from here to here to here. And I look down roughly around this 1-to-1 region. Around this 1-to-1 region. So we've got like 86, 87, 85. Either way, call it a bit of a zone. Nothing's ever picture perfect with trading, let's be honest. What happens if we come down there? If we do come back down there, run these lows. Great, cool. Then do we start to form some structure down here? Great, cool. I'll look for a long. If not, I will let it drop lower. And to be honest, if it does start to lose this, more specifically, if it does start to lose this level, then you better start hoping and praying. Because we've just got a pocket of thin air down here. Okay. So they're the main levels to be aware of right now for me. And this is what I am watching. This is what the group is watching. Okay. Hopefully you've learned something today. If you have, hit that like button. Remember, come join the free Discord. Come join those free live streams. Get to see things in real time. Okay. Get to hear our thoughts. What we're looking at. What's the order flow looking like? Where's the next major levels? Okay. You hear us talking it through, and especially a lot of psychology, because that's the bit that people don't ever talk through. Okay. So if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And until next time, gang, as you were. Bye-bye.